Not dealing with the tremors.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Fort Schuyler Board of Directors meeting. Let's note that it's 3:35 and we're calling the meeting to order. I'd like to say that this is our first meeting in conformance with the New York State Open Meetings Law, and we are voluntarily taking an action to conform to those requirements, and that this is part of our overall efforts to increase our transparency and accountability. And there will be public webcasting, live webcasting of this meeting, and archives will be available online for review. The bylaws that we have are being amended to reflect our conformance with the requirements of the Open Meetings Law. And in further consideration of our need and desire to be transparent and accountable, many of you already know, but please note that we do have a website available where we post all of our important information and documents for review at www.fsmc.org. So we're very proud to be taking this initiative and moving forward in this manner. At this point, in the interest of having everyone know who's here, thought we could go around and make a brief introduction and from the board, and give your name and a little bit of your background, so that for the record, everyone knows who's here. I'm Jerry Barber. I am the current chair of Fort Schuyler Management Corporation, and will preside this meeting, but it'll be my last meeting as chair, as I am retiring. And I've been with the organization now for 3 years, and before that, my career was with state government in the state controller's office. So we can proceed around. Bob, if you...
I'm Bob Sampson. I'm a retired IBM executive and a former member. I retired from IBM 7 years ago, and I'm a former member of the Governor's Sage Commission and a member of the this board as well as the FRMC.
CJ Kemp, General Counsel for Fort Schuyler.
Bob here. I'm Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at SUNY Poly.
Roanne DeStito. I'm Commissioner of the New York State Office of General Services, and I serve on the Fort Schuyler Management and also on the Fuller Road Management Corporation Board.
Mike Efke, President and CEO of Everson Incorporated. I'm also a board member of SUNY Poly Foundation as well as FSMC.
I'm Scott Bateman. I'm the Assistant Treasurer for Fort Schuyler. I've been at SUNY Poly now for about 13 years.
Cheryl Casey Rose. I'm the Board Secretary for Fort Schuyler.
Pat Upland, Vice President for Administration for Fuller Road Management Company, and I also work on Fort Schuyler matters.
That's correct. Excuse us for just a second. So thank you all for introductions. Thank you all for being here. At the end of the meeting, we have reserved time for public comment, where anyone that would like to make a comment can identify themselves and make a comment. We ask that you limit it to a minute or so in the interest of time. It won't be an interactive engagement. We won't be here to answer questions, but we can take any comments or questions. So appreciate that as well, your consideration there. So onward to the first order of business, which is the review and approval of the June 21, 2016 meeting minutes. If I could have a motion for the consideration of those meetings, I appreciate that.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion, comments regarding those minutes as presented? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Anybody in abstention? The minutes are so adopted. Thank you. Moving on to the chair's report, we have 5 resolutions before us for business today. And We'll take them one by one, and the first one is the Resolution 138 for the approval of our annual plan. If I could have a motion to entertain that resolution.
So moved.
And seconded?
Second.
Okay, in discussion, may I lead with a few comments? The annual plan was presented back in June 21 as an initial draft. It was discussed at that meeting, and we had conveyed emails back and forth and refined and addressed people's comments about the annual plan to arrive at the document that is before everyone at this point. The annual plan will be updated quarterly at our quarterly board meetings, and we will work on a 3-year informational forecast of our spending plan as well. The annual plan as presented basically reflects a surplus for this year ending, and that surplus arises because, as you know, we approved a working capital loan whereby we pledged our IBM lease revenue to generate working capital to sustain FSMC in these development years as we progress from constructing facilities to operating facilities. So that $3 million surplus is necessary to carry over into our following years, and it does arise from the working capital loan. Those are my comments, but certainly entertain any questions, comments that the board has in discussion about the annual plan. General assumptions and risks are stated there. The personal service costs, as you know, our limited staff covers both Fuller Road Management Corporation and Fort Schuyler, so we've decided with discussions previously that a 50% allocation of the cost to each entity is appropriate. The Quad C building will be going into uplift soon for tenants, so we will be not incurring operating expenses for the foreseeable future as that move goes forward. A basic assumption underlying our plan is that our capital projects will continue to be funded by the grant revenue streams. At this point, we're not building a reserve capacity as our facilities are under construction or retrofit. And as I spoke of the net surplus being allocated, being necessary for future years. So our bylaws require the annual plan in this format, and I think it is prepared accordingly. Any discussion or comments that we'd like to make? If not, I will ask for a vote of adoption of Resolution 138. And all in favor, say aye.
And aye.
Aye. Sorry. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The annual plan is adopted for Fort Schuyler Management Corporation for the year commencing July 1, 2016. The next order of business is resolution number 139, titled here Riverbend GMP Increase. May I note for the record and for the minutes that increase is an error. It is GMP establishment, as resolution 139 reads. This is the actual establishment in the contract of the gross maximum price for the contract with LP Simonelli for the Riverbend site. So increase is an error. Let the minutes reflect that. And when that is so done, the agenda can be revised online as well. So basically, the GMP is being established at $662,719,282 for the completion of the capital facility itself in an October time frame, pursuant to and within the funding that has been made available and approved by New York State for the Riverbend project. So I would need a motion to accept, bring to the floor Resolution 139.
So moved?
And seconded.
Seconded?
And of course, my discussion probably got ahead of the motion, but in the sake of not repeating that again, all in favor of adoption of 139?
I just want to clarify that that is the number, there is no increase, and that's where it stays.
Correct. This is the GMP, the final GMP that'll be put into the contract
Okay.
to complete the capital facility.
Right,
Yes.
so this is where it was. This is where the number was before, correct? Or this is the establishment of the GMP?
Yes, this is the establishment of it in the contract. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Or abstaining? Okay.
Jerry, you said that was October?
October of 2016
Wow.
is the scheduled completion of the capital project. Kudos to
I was going to say that's very
our
exciting.
team, Tom O'Brien and company, and the whole team
Absolutely.
with Simonelli, et cetera, to bring this to fruition.
It's just
Monumental.
an amazing project.
Very pleased with the progress. So Resolution 140 for the election of a chair. If I may have a motion to bring that to the table
So moved.
and seconded.
I'll second it.
In terms of discussion, let me say that it's been my pleasure to serve as chair these past years and to have had the support of this board and Fort Schuyler Management Corporation in all that we've done and accomplished on behalf of SUNY Poly. Very proud and very honored. And as I move on into retirement, I'm equally comforted to know that we have a person in the caliber of Bob Sampson that has agreed to step in as chair. Obviously comes to us with all of the right qualifications with his background with IBM and his role in worldwide government relations. And obviously all of us who have been on the board of directors here know Bob is a significant contributor to this board and a leader. So I think we're very able hands, and I turn it over to anyone else for discussion.
Yeah, Jerry, I want to thank you for all the time that you've spent and really lifting this organization up. You mentioned retirement twice, so I think that's rubbing it in. Absolutely, and I can't think of a better person to turn over than Bob. He's been a great contributor since joining the board. So I think it's a great transition.
I'd like to say thank you, Jerry, because I think you have been the backbone of this organization, and both organizations, FSMC and FRMC. And you've given a lot of structure to both boards. You've given them credibility, and you have really steered us in the direction that we needed to go to with all of the projects all over the state. So thank you. And again, I'll say what Bob said, very healthy and happy and long retirement years for you. And don't be a stranger, come and see us once in a while. And Bob, congratulations, and I think
Really?
my sympathies. No, congratulations, and I agree.
Thank you for your comments.
Our paths have crossed in the past, and I know that you will add the same dignity and integrity to this organization as Jerry did. Thank you.
I also would like to thank Jerry as well. I think this job was actually thrown at you, if I remember correctly, right? It's like, who wants to take it? And so you volunteered, and I appreciate that. And I think with your leadership, we have accomplished a number of things. And I think hopefully from this point on, you will be relaxed a little bit more. But we'd like to say thank you to Bob as well, taking this leadership, and I know he's going to be busy as well. Thank you, Bob, and thank you, Jerry.
Thanks.
Right. Well,
It may be out of order, and I was going to actually do this later to introduce. I did this at the Fuller Road meeting, is sort of introduce a resolution adopted by the board to thank Jerry for his service. 3 years as the president, but Jerry sort of glossed over his service to the state, working for in the state controller's office. So he has led this organization with great distinction. He has, when you think about it, from where we have come to where we are now, it is remarkable. And it's 3 years, but it's more like dog years. So you probably get 21 years of service credit for retirement. But it's been a journey for you, Jerry, and we're very grateful for your service. This organization is better. This board is better, and our state, quite frankly, based on your service, is better because of what you've given. We have a book for you. It's a small little token. This is a book on leadership called The Traveler's Gift. And I picked this out because you've been on a bit of a journey here as in terms of traveling through uncharted territories. But it's a wonderful book about leadership and every one of the characteristics in this book. There's 7 characteristics of what makes a great leader, and there's nobody better that illustrates this than you.
Oh,
So I give you this. When you're retired and you're sitting on the beach, you can pick this up and read it. It's just a small little token of our appreciation for what you've done for us.
Thank you so much.
When he's sitting on the beach, he wants to remember us.
Yeah.
Maybe on the plane to the beach.
I'd like to say I'll be unable to forget you. Really,
I enjoyed that.
Thank you so much, and I think we're in good hands, and I look forward to offering whatever support I can in the future. And the best is yet to come. There's so much to do, and so thank you all. And did we vote on 140 yet?
No.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstaining? And the resolution is passed, and congratulations, Bob. And be willing to offer all sorts of support in helping you transition. Resolution 141 is a housekeeping item to appoint our secretary, Cheryl Casey Rose, to appoint our treasurer, Scott Bateman. As you know, Bruce Reichel was retired from the board, and he had been the treasurer, and Scott was the acting treasurer. And to appoint formally our distinguished general counsel, C.J. Kemp. So if I may have a motion to bring resolution 141 forward.
So moved.
And seconded.
Seconded.
And any discussion beyond the comments I already made are welcome. I would just like to say that we have tremendous people in these roles that have served us well, and will continue to, I'm sure. And this is a necessary and appropriate election. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Resolution 141 is passed. And also like a motion to bring forward resolution 142, recognizing Bruce Reichel for his contributions.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Seconded. Discussion. I know that Bruce served the SUNY Poly with distinguished service in his years there in the finance position, and served our board as well over the years, and retired from SUNY Poly, and after sticking with us for a couple of years, retiring from the board. So greatly appreciate his efforts.
Yes, and I would echo your sentiments. He was a great employee at SUNY Poly, and previous to that, SUNY IT, and he did stick with us for a number of years on this board and helped us get it together. So we thank him for his duty and service.
Actually, beyond his retirement age, he was hanging around for a while. So
Yes.
God bless him.
All right. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Abstentions? Recognition 142, resolution 142 is adopted.
So Cheryl, just a quick question. Is my resolution 143 then, recognizing Jerry?
We can do that if you would like, but we don't have
I
it.
think
I don't know, CJ, I'll defer
Probably
to you.
should. Can we do that?
Yeah, you can.
I stated my resolution. Did you hear it? Right?
Yes.
Everybody in agreement?
I thought you were asking for a motion to
I want a
bring
motion.
forward
Yeah.
A
a
motion to
resolution.
bring forward a
Yes.
resolution.
Okay, that's a good way to say it. Okay. I want to have a motion to bring forward a resolution recognizing Jerry Barba for his years of dedicated
So
service to this
moved.
board, and thank him for his service. Let that be entered into the record. It's clear, classic Jerry, he's not going to put a resolution in there for himself.
Bob. So, turning it back to the audit committee, I know that we had a kickoff meeting with our on-site auditor, KPMG. Bob, do you, as chair of the audit committee, care to report?
We had a good discussion with the audit committee. We are, all things considered, had a very good audit, a very clean audit. There was no real concerns that the auditors had with regard to our financial position. We continue to work on evolving business models with tenants as we work to collect rents and continue paying our own bills, but all things considered, we had a very good discussion with the auditors with regard to our audit position and where we are. With no real concerns noted other than the financial models of each of the entities, making sure that rents are collected on time and those kinds of things. And that was really, that would typically be what you would expect in an audit like that. So there's no other real concerns unless have I missed anything?
No, I think you said it correctly. We did get a clean opinion. We expect one this year. The audit will start in earnest in another few weeks.
Yep.
And this year we've emphasized to them that we'd like to have our final audit report by November so that we can meet our covenants and provide our information to our lenders, et cetera. So they're well aware of that. Bob's made that clear to them as well. And
yeah, we had a good series of discussions with them. Several hours. It's good.
Okay. A new business. I would like to express a motion that the corporation commence having monthly meetings and that they be scheduled in advance throughout the next 12 months. If the agenda doesn't require the meetings, we can cancel them, but I think given that we're in the environment of open meetings laws and the decisions that will be confronting the corporation, it may be wise to get them scheduled and to proceed as if we need to discuss business monthly instead of quarterly. So I'd like to make a motion for consideration of that resolution. If someone would want to make a motion.
I'll make the motion.
And if someone would second?
So I'll second. When were you thinking of commencing this?
Actually,
Or is that a
for
discussion?
October forward.
Okay. Good.
Would that still mean to vote? You still, I guess, the bylaws would say to be able to vote, you have to be physically present.
Correct.
Because often a monthly meeting creates a certain, your calendar is probably
Yeah.
messing your work need is another monthly meeting.
Yeah.
As long as we have a quorum,
As long as you have a quorum, but we're small. I mean, we got
we need 5 for a quorum.
we need 5. Okay. We'll
So-
have to
Well,
manage that.
in discussion, just a point, I think our bylaws allow us to have up to 11 members. And
Okay.
perhaps,
Yes.
in tandem with this or delaying this, we should look to increase the membership of the directors
Yes.
and to enable us to facilitate our schedules and have
think that would be a good idea.
representation at a meeting.
Because I can certainly, from the, a lot of the folks working on the projects, when there are board actions, it's good to be able to consider those
Sure.
and review those in a very timely fashion. So it would be good from that standpoint.
I think it's something we got to, maybe when we go to executive session, because it's a personnel-related item in terms of the people that would be involved, right? So we got to think about
Yeah,
that.
in terms of expanded membership.
Yeah. Good
So,
point. Okay.
I can withdraw the motion from
No,
that.
no,
that,
that's okay.
No, I think that because you sort of put a caveat in there, subject to the presence of business and to
Right.
having a quorum, which is, always a requirement. I think it's absolutely fine to move
Yeah.
forward with that.
Okay.
I agree.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? The motion is made and can be reflected in the minutes. So at this point, we can take public comment, and after the public comment, we will be adjourning the meeting to go into executive session. I'd like to make a motion to conduct the executive session by the following resolution: that the directors conduct an executive session for the purposes of information relating to and discussions regarding investigations and litigation as guided by paragraphs C and D of subdivision 1 of section 105 of the New York State Open Meetings Law. So if I could have a motion for that resolution, I'd appreciate it.
So moved.
Second?
Seconded. Any discussion about going into the executive session?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstaining? So we will have executive session, and we will adjourn the meeting after public comment. So those from the public that are present, please feel free to identify yourself and record your comment, have your comment recorded. All right. Not seeing or hearing any requests for comment, we will adjourn and thank everyone for their participation and attendance at the meeting.